That's what I was saying. Try the other side because that's more clear. All right, boys and girls. Boom. It worked out. How's class?
Good.
So yeah, basically what we're doing is like a little tour of Oshawa.
Okay.
And a tour of like my schools and stuff.
Okay.
So if you want to interject anything, you can.
Okay.
Do you both grew up in Oshawa here?
Sort of. I've lived all over the place. He grew up in Oshawa, though.
Oh yeah, I grew up here for 22 years of my life. This has been my home since I was a baby. And very proud of my city. I couldn't be happier. I always say this to people. You could give me $1 million to say just get out of Oshawa, and I would say go fuck yourself. I ain't leaving. My roots are so ingrained in Oshawa. It's fucking crazy. If that makes much sense. All right, so here's a fun question I have for you.
Okay.
If I ever want to visit China, would you give me a tour?
Of course.
Oh, better. You better.
I mean, China's a pretty big country, so you might be doing that for a while.
Canada.
Yeah.
This is a bathroom. Oh, I thank you. Because like I told you, my ex told me to when you visit China, it's good to know people there. Apparently.
It's good to know people anywhere, though, because then you can get around and they know how to communicate with the locals and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So this is my old place I would delegate when I was a youth. This is the one thing me and her have in common. We went to the same high school, actually.
Yes, we did. We're a couple years apart, but we went to the same high school.
Why don't you tell them how we met? It's a fun story.
About the online thing? Or?
Yeah, so I knew her in high school, but I didn't know her that well.
We didn't really know each other that well, no. You want to tell it, or you want me to tell it?
No, you tell it the best.
Okay, so I posted something, I don't know if you're going to have to bleep this out, but he posted something about COVID. I posted something about COVID, sorry, on Instagram, and he decided to mess with me. And he was like, this generation's slowly killing themselves with their own stupidity. And he just messaged me that, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I responded, and then we just started talking from there. But that's what he led with, and that's the funny part, is he didn't even try and say anything else. He just started there. Not even a hello.
Well, eventually the hello came.
Eventually. That was later, though.
This is my old convenience store. I used to get my pizza here.
You might have to get permission to film in there, though, so that might not work. We can film the outside, though.
But yeah, so I used to just hang right here. And used to smoke my cigarettes. This was the smoker corner, and I was I used to run it. I used to make sure everything was peaceful.
When you were in high school?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
Smoking cigarettes at our age was very illegal. At my age, when I was
You have to be 19 in Ontario to buy cigarettes, but honestly, it's not enforced that much. You can still smoke, you just can't buy them. That's the only difference.
I just knew that one time, what was it? I'm gonna move this a bit closer, because that's way far. There we go. So I remember one time, I was sitting here having a cigarette, and here in Canada, around Ontario at least, we have police officers that come to school just to make sure everything's running okay, running smoothly. Mm-hmm. So one day the cops come and everyone's like, fuck, put your cigarettes out, put your cigarettes out. Well, I knew these cops, so I come up to them like, how you doing? Oh, how you doing, Joe? Not too bad, you? And they're like, oh, fuck, ooh, bro. But yeah, no, it was fun. And they all...
What's the consequence if the police officer catch you smoking?
They'll probably just take them from you, honestly.
Take your ciggies and tell you not to do it again, but you'll do it again.
Yeah, they can't really do much, because unless they see you buying it, there's not really anything they can do.
Well, yeah. So here we go. This is it. I don't know, you got anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I guess O'Neill is known for their performing arts program, so music, dance, theater, that kind of thing. So that was where I was, that's what was my scene. I took lots of them. I took a lot of music courses, a couple of theater ones.
She was an artsy kid.
Yeah. I took the advanced courses.
Me, I just took whatever they gave me. I was modified, so modified, you didn't really have much choices.
It's like if you struggled academically in elementary school, they'd be like, okay, you have to go and do this modified program, but they don't give you really like much of a way out of it. You just kind of have to stick through it till you graduate, but that kind of messed him up like going forward.
Basically, I had to go back to high school to take the photography program because my English wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it wasn't like a high enough level of English that he got.
I was writing fucking big old things back in high school, but they wouldn't give me upgrades. They wouldn't let me go.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit, but whatever.
That's not exactly the school's fault. That's more the Ontario government's fault, but...
She can go on, she'll rant you about.
Okay, we don't have to do that right now. That's another video.
Fuck the government! Ah! But yeah, a lot of good times here. Wow, I think. And now we're heading back to the wonderful, awesome car.
You ever have fries with that?
Oh yes, I've been needing to get rid of those.
Yeah, he's had them in there for like a month. I wouldn't film that. That doesn't make him look the best.
No, I look beautiful in every way.
Like this is some car can be.
No, this is car hoarding.
Oh, it's also her crap too.
Yeah, but I am in a program that requires me to have a lot of crap. Joseph,
Eat my ass.
you want to fight?
No.
He's going to show this. The audience is like, is that how couples in Canada talk to each other? Do they fight? Yes, that's all we do. We beat each other. No, don't put that in there.
We poke each other with big old sticks.
Yeah.
Backyard shots if you want. Backyard shots, because I got a backyard. Beep, bop, boop. This is my humble abode. This is my backyard. Is it unlocked? Yes, sir. So be very careful when you get in here, because if this car gets dinged, I get beat. This is a 1965 Ford Mustang Fastback. Originally, when we got the car, it was just a bottom. This was not here. This wasn't here. This is an amalgamation of 3 cars in one. Very beautiful car. He's hopefully going to get it on the road maybe this summer.
Is it can get on the road?
He's going to. My dad's almost 70 working on this.
There's no engine here.
Oh, yeah, no, he's going to get the engine. We have 7 engines to choose from right now. Or 5, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, no, this is all done almost. He just has to throw an engine and some wiring. I know some of you guys on here, if some of your viewers are car people, so they might appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful car. I won't be able to drive it though because it's a standard. I can't drive standard. Yeah, this is a Canadian backyard.
Most Canadians don't have a backyard this big.
No.
This is just Joe's backyard.
Very huge backyard.
This is a huge backyard. I would say.
But yeah, no. The storms kind of fucked this place up a little bit. We had like some bad windstorms.
If you look in there, there's his neighbor is like trying to collect sap from trees. So
It's not going good.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure you don't get a lot of sap from birch trees.
Oh, you get like birch sap. It's called.
Yeah, but you don't get like it's not.
Or no, birch maple syrup.
But
It's called.
you don't get a lot of it though.
Okay. We can come to the back door. There we go.
It's where we sneak in to avoid getting in trouble.
Yeah, this is where I sleep in the back area.
Okay, so this is what this bottle of maple syrup looks like. It looks
like you were also wine.
it looks like a wine bottle.
Yeah.
Here.
Do you like sweet things? It's really sweet.
This is real.
Sweet.
Here.
So with a spoon?
Yep. I'll give it to you. I'll feed you.
You want to feed him?
What do you think?
Well, it's sweet. I like it.
You like it? That's good. It's really good on pancakes and waffles too.
Pancake, waffles, toast, anything. It's good.
French
on.
toast, yeah.
But usually you pay a bit more for the real stuff because
Can I take a close up of that?
this is the farm we're talking about.
Yeah, Pingles. If you want really good syrup though, you might want to go to Quebec because they produce like a lot of the world's maple syrup. Although Joe might have some opinions on that because he's not a fan of Quebec.
That's a Canadian thing. We don't like Quebecans.
Well, it's more like Quebec doesn't like the rest of Canada. Most of Canada would be indifferent to them if they just didn't hate us.
But but one thing you gotta bring home when you go visit home, bring it home with some maple syrup. Bring some home. Like you can put it on anything.
You can use it to make like pastries and like baked goods if you're into that. Like you can put it in like cookies or muffins or whatever.
What some Canadians will do is when it's really cold, we'll take like a popsicle stick, put the maple syrup on it, and roll it in the snow It's a little like a lollipop.
Yeah, it's like a popsicle, but like
snow.
Yeah. If it's
It
clean
freezes.
snow, if it's clean, don't eat the yellow snow or the brown.
Don't eat the yellow.
It's like the fresh snow, right?
Yeah, fresh white snow. Yeah.
Call it Canadian popsicle.
Yeah.
I would like to try.
So my question to you, so maple syrup to us is like a delicacy. What is a delicacy in your back at home? Like, what would be like something you would want us to try? Like, you need to try this, like the real way, not the phony way.
In my hometown, there is some kind of spicy sauce. Lao Gamma chili oil.
Oh, I heard about this stuff.
With black beans. It would probably just be called chili oil or something here. I don't know if there's another name for it. My best friend's Vietnamese, so he cooks with stuff like him and his family, so I've definitely seen it at his house. And him eating all of my cereal. I swear, I bring him food and he eats all of it.
That's the idea.
No, it's also my food.
And anytime we go out for dinner, who eats all the food?
Oh.
Is that for dinner? I mean, cereal.
Yes,
Oh,
he's
no,
having
that's
cereal for dinner
that's-
because
that's
he's a
my
child.
snack.
He's a 5-year-old child.
This is my snack.
That's a snack. That's a whole fucking giant bowl. That's a snack.
I'm gonna do that weird. Oh.
Oh, wow. And just make a whole mass while you're at it. Yeah.
It's the cereal's fault because it's so square.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. That makes so much sense.
You have so much for one dinner.
Yeah, for one person.
I'll wipe this all up. Wipe the cow juice off me.
You didn't have to say that, Joe.
This is some really Canadian lifestyle.
Oh, yes.
No, this is just Joe's lifestyle. This isn't all Canadians. This is just him. Him and his weird behavior. You want me to talk about the spa?
Yeah.
Okay,
Tell
sure.
me about yourself. There you go.
So hi, my name's Grace. I like long walks on the beach. No, I'm in the spa management program at Durham College. So I actually had skincare class today. So good thing you're filming me today because my skin actually looks nice. Although if I knew you were filming, I would have put makeup on and not looked like homeless. But anyways, another point. Yeah, we do like facials, waxing, nails. We do a bit of medical aesthetics, body treatments, that kind of thing. Really cool program. And any Durham College student can access it, by the way, and it's really cheap. Like the most expensive service is like $35, which isn't that bad. Like most spa services go for hundreds. So check it out. You'll like it.
Show them your stuff. Show them like the setup.
It's kind of a mess right now.
Are there many international students in your program?
There's a couple, yeah, for sure that I know. There's one girl that's from the Caribbean. I think she's Jamaican. There's a couple girls from India, a couple girls from Vietnam. I think there's some from the Philippines. But yeah, it's actually a pretty like diverse group. There's a couple like different international students. It's a very service-based industry, but although because you I'm assuming, do you speak Mandarin or Cantonese?
Mandarin.
Okay, because like a lot of spas, especially around here, are run by like people who are Chinese and that kind of thing, and I don't know what all of them speak, but I do know there are definitely some that speak Mandarin, so that would be a benefit, like an asset for you.
The main dialect in China is Mandarin.
Yeah, but like a lot of
Cantonese
spas around here would probably speak that dialect, would probably speak Mandarin, so that would actually serve you well.
Saying, like Cantonese is kind of like how Canada has French. That's like your guys' French type thing. So yeah.
I was just curious because I know there's different languages, but like that would actually work for you because you would have more options than I would because I don't speak Mandarin. But a lot of them are run by, Mandarin-speaking people, right? So, depending on where they're from, but.
No, you got a lot of opportunity here too, because like with even government jobs, because you can translate a little bit. I'm assuming like if someone's speaking Mandarin to me, and I go, hey, what are they saying? You can say, oh, they're saying, hey, how you doing, or whatever. I'm assuming you can do that, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. You get.
Well, clearly he's fluent enough. He can have a conversation with us. So. Oh.
I can understand what you are saying, but sometimes I can't express myself properly.
No, that's all right.
So,
That's okay. We can kind of like get the gist of what you're saying though, and just respond accordingly. That's what I mean. Like we're actually able to have like a dialogue, whereas if you weren't fluent, then we wouldn't really be getting anywhere. Also, I'm not fluent in Mandarin, so it wouldn't be going anywhere, right? On either side,
Some good cereal.
I love how he's just sitting there in the corner eating cereal while I'm just the star of the show. You can just hear him chomping on the mic. Have fun editing this later.
we are both in the frame. This is actually the Canadian style also.
Yeah, we stand here in the corner, and I glare at him while he eats cereal.
And we talk about Trudeau and how wonderful the Prime Minister is.
Stop.
So, let me show y'all something. A little fucking cool thing here. Let me move all the junk off. Some people say it's junk, but I say it's treasure. This is a turntable. And, basically, push it up. Like that. Fucking... It's always fucking trying to line these up. It's not going to play because I don't have it set, but actually I can do that for you. Give you a little music. You can always blurt the music out at the end. Yeah. So you may ask yourself, why buy original? Why don't you just buy them brand new? Well, because back then they were built better. Vinyls were built a lot better than now.
So what genres of music do you listen to most?
Mainly rock, punk. Or, I don't know what you'd call Cat Stevens, but that's a good one. I suggest anybody on listening to this or watching this, buy that when you get a record table or turntable. That is a fucking really cheap. No, actually, that's a really expensive one. This is like $600 back in the day. I got it for $15. That Coke bottle over there in particular was from my trip from Malta, which is a Mediterranean country. I like the bottle just because it reminds me of my trip, and it's also not like these Coke bottles. These are just like, you can still buy Coke in a bottle, like a glass bottle, but that one's more true to the vintage style of pop, you know? Ooh, there we go. This has no tapes, so you would record this directly onto a receiver or something. Problem is, I don't have this type port anywhere, so I'm kind of like up shit creek without a paddle. I got it for $1. I don't know if it works. I'm gonna see if I can figure it out. See if I can like find a way to make it work, like by itself. Maybe take batteries or some shit. Hey.
So you bought it just for like decoration?
Decoration, or pretty much until I can figure out how I can get this to work. Because I don't know. I like the look of this. It's like a Marty McFly type thing, like Back to the Future. Does that not turn? So follow me, young man. Actually, I get my phone in case someone calls me, because I'm somehow always popular when I don't have my phone on me. Okay. Sorry for the mess. It's a bit messy. Man, fuck it, I'll take a water with me. Sure you don't want water? We got water. We got water right there.
Okay. I'll take it further.
Yeah. That's our thing here, Canadian Customs. We offer drinks and shit. Sorry for the cables. Be careful when you're walking around here. I was literally just vacuuming. Oh yeah, be careful. I forgot to say it's a very small basement.
This is your sacred place.
Oh no, this is my where if I want to get loud, I'll get loud. So let's see. Yeah, my dad's a better drummer though. I'm just, he taught me, but like I play more of the strings. And quite frankly, I'm happy I'm not a drummer because lugging this shit around is never fun. But it's a fucking workout.
Dad also plays drums.
Yeah. He used to play in a lot of bands, and as a kid, he would put on music there. I'd sit on his lap, and he'd put the sticks in my hand, right? And he'd make me do the stick movements. And one day he came down, I'm like, do-do-da, do-do-da. For my witness account, so. But I don't play a double set, so that's why I'm a bit thrown off. I can play a fucking single. That's what this is, a double set.
Alright.
I can give you some guitar if you want next. thing for a year. Like my music, I got a thing for music. I've always had it in my body.
Do you have ever think about like build your career in music?
Oh, 100 times. But problem is getting people to fucking join my band. I got few people, but the commitment. I need people to have commitment here, not just me. Because I'll do it. I'll meet with you at 3 in the morning if you have something to fucking get it out there. Like, if you really like it, I'm like, all right, fuck, where are you? I'll come get you. We'll fucking do it now. Or a little fun one I like to play when I want to impress people is... Wait, no, fuck, I don't do it with the pick. There we go. I'm not the best at slap either.
That's just a little warm up that I like to do sometimes. This isn't the right music book, Joe. This is a vocal book.
I just got all the books that you had.
Oh, I'm gonna move my gun. Oh shit, out on the floor. Cut that part out, please, with me.
That's the next part.
Yeah, I know. This is me being disgusting. Let's see. So there's a song I want to play. This is a song that I wrote called Ripped Away. So that's like the intro to the song. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, so it'll take a while, but.
So do you learn this since high school?
I've been playing since I was 12. So when I was in grade 7, which is elementary school. So that's how many years now? I'm 19, so 7 years. I'm playing for 7 years.
Okay. Wait, so after elementary school is high school or middle school?
In the States, they have middle school. Here, we don't have it. It's just like kindergarten to grade 8, and then you go 9 to 12, which is high school. And then you either go to college, like Joe and I have, or you go
to technically, not have.
Yeah, or you go to university, which is like 4-year thing. So that's like Ryerson, U of T, that kind of thing.
Basically, the difference between college and university, college is kind of like, so if you can think of it like video games, right? You're buying Call of Duty. But university is Call of Duty with all the attachments that you don't need, basically.
Well, it depends on the program. Like if you're going to like a very science-heavy program, like STEM, like science, technology, engineering, and math, you want to go to university. That's why like Durham College shares a campus with Ontario Tech. But if you're going to like a trades or business stuff like that, like what I'm doing, yeah, you would want to go to college for that.
College is like more
or if you
practical.
want, yeah, or if you want like creative stuff, like what you guys are doing with like the you know, film and that kind of thing, that is definitely like a college space, you know?
Because, you know, Canada is so diversity, so many people from all over the world. For example, I come from China, and many people, they come here before, they told me that you should not mention this or mention that to Canadian people.
You mention what you
really
want.
Matter?
No, you talk, if there's something you want to talk about with us, you can talk.
It depends on the person too, because some like there is like an old like idea like, oh, like don't talk like religion or politics with friends and family, but like I don't really believe in that. Like as long as like you're being respectful and having the conversation, you're not just like being like, hey, remember that thing that was horrible? Like, like you talk about it with some kind of tact. Most people are going to be like, yeah, sure. Like, well, I'll have a dialogue with you. I think I don't know, like what kind of stuff do you think people would say to you, like, oh, don't mention this to Canadians, don't say that to Canadians, like, as an example? I'm just curious, because I'd like to know, like...
Like, people will tell me that don't talk about politics with Canadians. I feel weird. Why?
Politics for us is just some people are not.
Some people are just really passionate.
And that's the problem. Like some will I know a few who are very passionate with their politics.
He side-eyed me when he said that.
Yeah, she used to be very passionate about her politics.
Well, I am, and I'm very.
But there's a difference between passionate about it than there is just because you believe differently. I'm not going to talk to you. Basically, that's
well,
how
it
some
also
people
depends, really. Like, I am very strong in my beliefs because I think politics are just an extension of that, right? So,
It's our lives.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, like, when it comes to like, human rights violations or that kind of thing, it's like if you disagree with me on like how people should be treated, like in a society because of like what they look like or who they like or whatever, that's an issue, and I won't get along with you. But if it's just like we're talking about like certain policies that like aren't infringing on people's right to exist, then we can have a conversation. But some people, unfortunately, aren't like that. Again, it's one of those things where they take more of the American mentality. So they take like, oh, if you vote for party A or party B, then you're a fucking scum of the earth. Whereas that's not a way to get anything done. That just makes people angry. Which I'm assuming, I guess in China, you wouldn't have that problem because you can't vote anyways. It's more like just a social, like it's like some people consider it socially taboo, but you won't get like in trouble. Like the government won't arrest you. You won't go to jail. Like you'll be fine. Like
put it to you this way, there's been videos where our prime minister is giving like talking. And you'll hear in the background, "Fuck you."
Yeah, you see videos of people like, "You fucking suck."
Like literally, we can protest. Like I think it was a few months ago, the Liberal Party was at a restaurant, and a bunch of Canadians rallied up at the restaurant and protest. And all the cops did is just move them out of the way so they can leave.
Or like with what happened with Doug Ford in Ontario. He's the Premier of Ontario, and he's I think the PSWs were trying to like healthcare workers were trying to strike because they don't get paid like nearly enough as much as they deserve, and Doug Ford was trying to ban them from protesting, but then the Canadian government was like, no, because that goes against our constitution because we have the right to freedom of speech, expression, protest.
And we actually mean it too. Unlike a lot of countries like America, you can kind of get shot sometimes.
Yeah, even in the U.S., like people protest there and get killed at protests in a supposedly free country.
When they say America, the land of the free, I think they stole the land of the free part from the Canadians.
And they stole their land from the natives, but so did we. Another conversation.
Well, actually, it could be a conversation because you are native, so.
I am, yeah. Like, I don't look like it, but yes, I am. Yeah, that's, you know what? That's probably maybe what they meant, too, when they're saying, like, oh, don't talk politics with Canadians, is some Canadians have a bit of a chip on their shoulder when you talk about Indigenous relations, because... Like let's be real for a second. Like Canada is not great to Indigenous people. Like I don't know how much you know about our history. Do you know about like residential schools and?
I know some of them, and this piece of history is mostly like nationalism in China. The point they grab to attack Canada. So like. Canada is not a good place. They have this terrible history.
Well, a lot of places have that terrible history, though. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
And like I like in my opinion, I think Indigenous Canadians should have sovereignty over the land. So that doesn't mean like we just send everybody back to where they came from, because that's not going to work. But like well, not even own, but they like take care of it and they kind of decide what happens with it. Because ownership is a very like Western colonial idea. Whereas with them, it would just be like they know the land, they know what they're talking about, they take care of it, right? But yeah, I think like a lot of Canadians, usually not of Native descent, would do have a bit of a chip on their shoulder because they're like, oh, this happened so long ago, why do you still talk about it? And it's like, it still affects people though, right? That's the thing. And I feel like more people, if they're younger, so like, millennial, Gen Z kind of age, we're more willing to talk about it, but like older generations will be like, oh my God, what are you saying about me? Like they'll make it about themselves instead of like listening to what you're saying, right? So.
Okay. Yeah. So do you like feel something like guilty? Because I heard some, I listened to a podcast and you said some people, I don't know if properly to say this, there is a word like white privilege.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And they are saying that there are a group of white people, they feel guilty.
Oh,
due
like
to
the white guilt thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is with that is, so I'm part Native as well. So like it's a very complicated thing for me because I'm white and Native. So I understand the white guilt thing because you're like, oh shit, like these like people that like look like me did that to other people. What the fuck? But when you think about it, it doesn't help to just like, at least in my opinion, like thinking about like my indigenous family, like they wouldn't want people to just be like, oh, I'm white, I'm horrible, da da da, because that puts the focus back on the Europeans and what white people did, instead of focusing on the indigenous people that need the, like, not the help necessarily, but need like their reparations and need to be heard, right? So it kind of takes the focus away from them, right? That's more so what I would say. But I do understand where it comes from, but like just channel that into making change instead, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Even me, I come from a remote area of China, but I kind of educated well. So some people will say that even I have some privilege back in China.
Well, yeah, you could like talk about class privilege and stuff, but that's, you know, it's like when you talk about like privilege and oppression and that kind of thing, it's a very complicated topic and it changes. Like when you talk about like white and class privilege, like generally when you hear that here, it's from a very like Western perspective, whereas in China, that means a completely different thing, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's a different culture, different society, right? You know,
it just makes me
it's
mess in my brain.
I know, it makes your head spin. You're like, oh my god, like get tired after a while. You're like, fuck, just like have some peace,
And,
please.
The winter here is so long, and I don't have anything to do during the winter break, and staying home and to think about this question makes me wow.
Yeah, you're just sitting there like having a breakdown.
I want to go to school.
I don't want to be doing this right now, please. I don't need these philosophical questions when I'm trying to relax. Yeah.
You need these questions. There you go.
I think I got enough for digital.
Yeah. We've talked to your off for like 2 hours.
You got an hour at least there.
Too much.
Yeah. Good luck editing that. Wish you well.
Welcome to Joe's Wild Ride, episode I kind of friggin' forgot. Here with my new guest, Travis, a local man from, international student. Introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Travis. This is my first time on English podcast.